Well, g'day viewers. Welcome back to another gold prospecting adventure in Victoria's Golden Triangle. I'm in a new area. I've never been here before, but there's a shallow gully just running up this hill here. And I'm just working these mullock heaps, and I found my first piece. It's a specie. And it's got a bit of gold in it. You can see the colour there. So it's a good start. I've only been out here for about half an hour. So let's just hope we get a few more of these. Okay, that specie that we just found is right there. Literally about a metre and a half away. Found this piece. A nice, long, thin, weather-worn piece of gold. So this is a good start. That's a good sign. As I said, I've never been here before. So it means that, yeah, there's obviously gold in the area. I'm going to have to go over this ground quite thoroughly. Anyway, happy days. Alright, I'm having a pretty good run. That piece, the first piece just came from there. That second piece came from there. And just a metre away again, on the same mullock heap, I found this. At first it looks like a rock, but if you flip it over, you have a nice ironstone encrusted piece of gold. Yeah, you get the idea. Nice one. Another little piece. And yeah, working that same mullock heap. That was that last nugget that we got, and it was just literally just about a foot away. So a very productive little spot indeed. Okay, another nice little nugget. Only small, slightly bigger than that last one, which was just there. And I found this one in those good looking orangey gold bearing soils. Okay, well this mullock heap just keeps on giving. This one's not big, but had pretty good depth out of this one. Yeah, it was down about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches. It was actually quite a loud signal, just for how small it was. I'm using the 14-inch coil today. I've got the 19-inch in the car, but working these new areas, yeah, it's better to probably run the smaller coil to find little bits like this. Anyway, let's keep on trucking. Okay, well I've changed sides of this small gully, and I've found another little piece. It's very rounded. It's definitely worn, and it was only shallow too, this one, but pretty good signal. So let's hope this mullock heap can deliver as much as this one. Okay, well this is the biggest piece so far. I've moved off the gully, which is just over there, and I'm into this kind of flat area here, and just shallow, and those good looking gold bearing soils. We found this guy. We go about 0.4. Okay, well that gully is just down the hill there. It's a bit hard to see with all those bushes in the way. I've worked my way up the hill. I found a nice deep target. It was right there. You can see it in my hand. And I'd say that's a good 8 inches down. And it's turned out to be a nice specie. I'll give it a bit of a wash. Some water here, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, well it's turned out to be a nice little quartz and ironstone specie. What a lovely piece of gold. And there's probably about 1 or 2 grams in that. It's a bit hard to tell sometimes. And this is the sort of gold the GPZ loves. It really shines on this type of specimen gold. So that's a good sign. And yeah, and some good looking wash there too. So I'm going to have to work this entire hill. Guess I'd say that there's probably going to be a bit more around. Gold, 0.5 gram, maybe a bit less. It's pretty thin. Not bad depth, a couple inches, and just right next to that species that we found just there. So this is a good sign, getting some good gold. Happy days. Okay, another little piece, literally in between those last two you saw, only shallow and small. Another nice signal in this same little patch. There's a chance this might be rubbish, it's a bit shallow, but it's worth having a dig anyway. Okay, a nice little chunk of gold here. This one would probably go about a gram. And as you can see, a bit of quartz and ironstone mixed in there. This one was only about 3 inches down and in those good looking gold bearing soils right next to that species that we got before. Okay, I've got a very marginal signal here. Already into those good looking gold bearing soils. I'm down about 4 inches and I'm only a few meters away from that last nugget that we found. Now this is what it sounded like at first. So yeah, it's very faint. But now I'm down about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches. Starting to sound a bit better, so this will be gold. I'm very confident of that. So let's just hope it's a big one. Okay, well it's out of the hole and it's already in range of the pinpoint. It's not huge, but it's going to be a nice little piece anyway. Right there. Wow, not huge at all. There we go. There. But that's still a nice little piece. That'll go a gram. Beautiful. Lovely piece of Victorian gold. Okay, well I've had some lunch and I'm back into it. This piece was actually quite deep, maybe 6 or 7 inches, and it's only small, probably 0.3. Well, this is a perfect example of always checking your hole after you find a piece, because this guy here, that's nice 1.5 grammer, maybe closer to 1 probably. The exact same hole that we found that 0.3 grammer. It was just off the side here, so I was just about to fill it in. And yeah, I just waved the coil around the edge, and then yeah, I got this screaming signal, and that's what we would have picked up initially. I was a bit suspicious actually, because that hole's fairly deep, and although the Z's pretty good, it's not that good to pick up a nugget that's only 0.2, 0.3. So yeah, what a score! 2 nuggets in the 1 hole. Okay, well I've hung up the towel. It's been a long day. Probably been out here for about 8 hours. It's been pretty hard going. There's a lot of junk. As you can see, all this stuff here. Some of this stuff is really deep. Like this guy here was well over 1 foot, and I thought I was onto a monster. Also same with that guy, and even some of these things. It's just amazing how deep they go. Yeah, God knows how they get there. Anyway, let's weigh up the gold. I think all up we got about maybe 10 nuggets. I reckon this one's probably the heaviest, just under 2 grams, but you know, it's probably only about a gram or maybe a bit less of gold in that one. This guy's probably the second, just under a gram. This guy's heavier. Oh yeah, just on a gram. Yeah. So the total for the whole day, 6.1. Now that'll come down a bit after a wash, and especially with this guy here, there's a good gram of that, which is just ironstone and quartz. Anyway, it was definitely worth trying out this new spot. And I left a lot of targets in the ground. There's a lot of screaming signals just on the surface, which I'm assuming is just rubbish. But look, it means it hasn't had a whole bunch of attention, which is a positive thing. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and we'll see you in my next video.